evening, everyone. Hello. Ta-da. Ta-da. Today we're gonna continue with the Princess Adventure Stories. This one is The Little Mermaid, The Quest for the what?
Purple pearl.
Purple Pearl. Good job. So weird. Okay, shh. What? A voice wailed. So maybe it should say, Wah! A voice wailed in the dressing room of King Triton's underwater castle. Swimming by, Ariel stopped short. She knew that voice. It was her sister, Adela. She sounded upset. Ariel swam closer and peeked into the room. Adela wasn't alone. Aquata, another sister, was with her. You can't let anyone see you. You have to you have a bad case of the bubbles, Aquata was saying to Adela. It's from eating too much sugary seaweed. The bubbles? Adela asked. She turned and Ariel gasped. Adela's face was covered with pink and green polka dots. Daddy warned me not to eat too much seaweed, Adela said. If he sees me like this, I'll be in so much trouble. She hiccuped, and pink and green bubbles floated up. Aquata frowned. Bubbles are serious. There is a cure, but it's almost impossible to find. Pearl lotion, made from a purple pearl. They grow inside triple band sea oysters. Adela whispered, Don't those oysters eat merfolk? Sometimes, Adela admitted. Ariel bit her lip. Poor Adela. She needs help. Does she need help?
Yes.
She needs help. Yeah. So here they are. Here's the two pictures. It's one where Ariel finds them.
And I have the movie.
And that's when you see the purple pearl. Oh, sorry, the bubbles.
And then the movie on the phone.
Later in her treasure grotto, Ariel told Flounder she was going to find the purple pearl. You're going to do what? Flounder explained. But the only place you get one is from a triple band sea oyster, and they live in Blackbeard's trench. That means you'll have to cross the barbed sea kelp forest. Ariel shrugged. Adela needs help. I can't tell them I'm going because they'd worry. But someone has to get the cure. Besides, I've been in kelp forest before. Not like this one, Flounder said. This kelp is huge. He spun in a circle. There's a riptide. Each strand of the sea kelp is covered in thorns, and the spaces in between them are tiny. Woo! I can't read very well today.
I can.
Okay, read that one.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. She can read, she's just not going to sound it out. Don't be such a guppy, Ariel said. She swung her collecting sack over her shoulder. Are you coming? Flounder didn't like being called a guppy, so together, he and Ariel headed off to find the purple pearl. Stop hitting yourself. She's hitting herself. Why is she hitting herself? And there's them in the grotto. The collector's grotto. You just hit yourself. Okay, stop. The ocean path leads to the kelp forest The ocean path leading to the kelp forest was dark and very quiet. Even though Ariel had told Flounder not to be afraid, she started to get cold fins herself as they swam along. Up ahead was the barbed sea kelp forest. Ariel gulped. Everything Flounder had said was true. The wild riptide raced through the kelp. The spaces between the strands were barely wide enough for a small mermaid like her to fit through. But the worst part was the thorns. Each one was 6 inches long. That's like that long. That's a big barb. They have thorns that big. It's like going through your leg and going out the other end. Yeah, just like this. Yeah. Even though she was scared, Ariel thought about Adela's polka-dotted face. She had to help her sister. With a flip of her fins, she entered the kelp forest. Carefully, she slipped between 2 strands. That wasn't so bad. She wove between 3 more strands. No thorns touched her. She could do this. Let me go ahead, Flounder said, trying to be brave. I'm smaller than you. Good thinking, Ariel said. She followed the blue tail. Was it her imagination, or was the strands now even closer together? Ooh. So there's the kelp bed. Stop, please. There's the kelp bed. And there they are trying to swim through it. This way, Flounder called. Ariel swam after him. A thorn scratched her arm. Flounder zipped through another gap, but it was too tight for Ariel. Flounder, I can't get through, she cried. His little face appeared in the gap. I'll help. He held the kelp aside with his mouth. Brother? But there still wasn't enough room. Ariel felt the pull of the riptide behind her. The current was growing stronger. As Ariel watched, the riptide forced the kelp strands apart. This gave her an idea. What if we rode the riptide like a dolphin in the surf past the thorns? Watch out, Flounder, she cried. I'm coming through. At just the right moment, Ariel launched herself into the rushing water. The current carried her straight through a gap in the kelp. Not a single thorn scratched her. On the other side, Ariel tumbled head over tail before grabbing on to the anchor of a shipwreck. Yes. Of her eyes. That was fun! She cried. Do you think that was fun? Uh-oh. Pop! Yeah, see, it's still going. Hey, there we go. They didn't have time to waste. Ariel needed to get that pearl and back to her sister. The pair swam until a giant crack split the seabed in front of them. Blackbeard's trench, Flounder whispered. Ariel inched up to the edge and peered down. Far below her, the trench was lit by what looked like a golden glow. There's Ariel looking at the golden glow of the pearls. Here goes, Ariel said, taking a deep breath. They swam deeper and deeper and deeper. Finally, they reached the very bottom of Blackbeard's trench. All around them, triple-band sea oysters were scattered like flowers in a strange underwater garden. Their shells were open, and nestled inside, each one was a shimmering, glowing pearl. They don't look very scary, do they, Ariel? Flounder asked. Ariel shook her head. In fact, the triple-band sea oysters were some of the prettiest creatures she'd ever seen. It was hard to believe they would even eat a mermaid. Maybe it's just a myth, Ariel said. I'll just swim up in and... No! Flounder grabbed Ariel's tail and pulled her back. You've got to be sure. He took a branch of driftwood in his mouth and tossed it into the closest oyster's shell. Snap! The shell chomped the driftwood in half. Ariel sighed. How was she going to get one of the pearls to cure her sister without getting hurt? Maybe there was something in her collection sack that could help. She emptied it out. Inside, she found a dinglehopper, 2 gizmos, and a snarfblat.
What's snarf?
It's a pipe. Remember from the movie?
What's
Yeah.
the movie?
The Little Mermaid movie. Good movie. You try it out.
What's that movie?
I don't know. Tucked in the corner of the bag was a long feather with a pointy tip. Her friend Scuttles had called it a Mimbledoodle. That's no help, Flounder said. We need a hook, or a long rope, or something. But a gleam had come into Ariel's eyes. She picked up the feather. Don't be so sure, she said. Ariel tied the feather to the end of the stick. Using some seaweed, she snuck close to one of the oysters. Then she ran the feather gently across the pink inside. She braced herself for the shell to snap shut, but instead the oyster shuddered. It shook. It went, ah, ah, ah. Ariel dropped the feather and backed away. Achoo! With a mighty sneeze, the purple pearl shot out of the oyster's mouth and straight into Ariel's hands. Like this. Flounder did a backflip. Bullseye, he yelled. What does that mean? Ariel asked, confused. The fish shrugged. I don't know. I heard Scuttle say it once. Together they swam back up out of Blackbeard's trench and rode the riptide right across the barbed sea kelp forest. The ocean was still, dark and quiet, but the glow from the purple pearl lit the way. Adele, Adele, I got it! Ariel called as she swam into the mermaid's dressing room. Adela and Aquata were brushing their hair in front of the mirror. Got what, dear? Adela asked. She turned around, and Adela's face was completely clear. You're cured, Ariel explained. But how? I overheard you and Aquata talking about how bubbles. Aquata laughed. Oh, bubbles go away on their own, she said with a wave of her hand. I was just pulling Adela's fin with that story about the purple pearl lotion. You didn't believe it too, did you? Flounder's jaw dropped. But Ariel quickly smiled. Oh, me? Believe that story? Of course not. She hid her glowing collection bag behind her back and quickly swam out of the room. Later, Ariel slid a beautiful pearl out of her collection sack. It shimmered brightly. She winked at Flounder. It would have been a shame to turn it into a lotion anyways, she said. And I know a much better place for it than a bottle. Flounder grinned. That meant there was going to be a very special addition to Ariel's treasure grotto. And there's a picture of the grotto. The grotto.
What's the grotto?
What's the grotto? It's right here. Can you get closer? No, look, Annie, look. I almost got your nose. Look, I got her nose. Oh, I can make that a long nose. Whoop. Look how long that nose is. It's way out here. Oops. Showing your underwear. We'll have to edit that part out. Okay, guys.
Daddy's
We'll
weird.
Everything is awesome. Everything's cool when you got a daddy. Everything's awesome.
Everything's real when you have a daddy. Everything's real.
That is true. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
When you have a daddy. No!